Hey, Shalom, Watkins, Rakam Akapash from Jim London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, preaching his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. Got this article here from UKDG, which is UK Defense Journal, I believe. And Esau, he prides himself in his weapons, because that's the spirit and the blessing that the Most High put on him, right? He's to live by the sword, right? So he prides himself by his weapons and his ability to destroy, right? And so, Esau's always upgrading his armory, right? Because he's in preparation for facing the Lord, right? And so, he's upgrading his weapons more and more, and he feels like, he's got what it takes to confront the Lord when he turns up, man. He thinks what he has and what he's developed is enough to prevent the Lord from coming and establishing his kingdom and taking away his dominion. Right? Esau in his mind truly believes that. All right. So, we got this development here in the UK. It says new British laser weapon in successful high power firing. Right. So they think these lasers, lasers, right? Quote unquote lasers, right? If you ever watched the Austin Powers movies, right? They got freaking lasers, man. Yeah, they got successful firing of these laser beams, man, and they think these lasers is enough to damage, the chariots, what people are ignorantly calling UAPs or UFOs. Yeah, they think that's enough to hit these chariots, man, because conventional weapons, bullets and missiles and stuff like that, man, they take time to try and reach their target, and they can't catch their target because these UFOs or these chariots are too quick for them, right? But a laser is like instantaneous, as they mention it here, so they feel like, oh yeah, we can use this against the these these UAPs, man, you know. But anyway, it says during a trial at the MOD's Hebrides range, the Dragonfire laser, right? And spiritually, there's all these signs here. There's all these signs here that Esau, okay, the so-called white man, are the dragons. The Bible speaks about, these Edomites, man. Right? They always naming this shit after things like this dragon fire and things of this nature, you know. Or if they call their rockets like after Greek gods or Roman gods, and it all shows you these are the Edomites that are in power, and these are the wicked that are going to be taken out of power when Yahweh returns, right? So they say Dragonfire laser directed energy weapon system achieved the UK's first high power firing of a laser weapon against aerial targets. The range of Dragonfire is classified. He spake as a dragon, right? All these things, man. Indicate who this man is, right? The range of Dragonfire is classified, but it is a line of sight weapon and can engage with any visible target. First high power firing laser, blah blah blah. Dragonfire exploits UK technology to be able to deliver a high power laser over long ranges. The precision the precision required is equivalent to hitting a £1 coin from a kilometer away. Right, so this must be higher precision, weapons or whatever, right? So laser directed energy weapons can engage targets at the speed of light, right? Pretty much instantaneous, then, isn't it? So they can fire it and it can hit its target. Okay, you ain't got to wait for no bullet to catch up or missile to catch up or whatever. All right, it says and use an intense beam of light to cut through the target, right? And it's what elders apostles say it that fire, all these lasers just concentrated fire. That's what it is. These concentrated light. Okay. It says to cut through the target, leading to structural failure or more impactful results if the ward is targeted. Firing it for 10 seconds is the cost equivalent of using a regular heater for just an hour. Therefore, it has the potential to be a long-term, low-cost alternative to certain task missiles currently carry out. you know, because we got to make sure it's green, right? We got to make it as green as possible, you know, because war is green. But you got to make it as green as possible, right? So yeah, this, you know, they're making it sound like, oh, it's efficient, right? So the cost of the laser, operating the laser, is typically less than £10 a shot, right? In comparison to like hundreds of thousands per missile or whatever the costs are, you know. Let's see what else we got here. This milestone demonstrated the ability to engage aerial targets at relevant ranges and is a major step in bringing this technology into service. Both the Army and Royal Navy are considering using this technology as part of their future air defense capabilities. Okay. So this type of cutting-edge weaponry has the potential to revolutionize the battle space by reducing the reliance on expensive ammunition while also lowering the risk of collateral damage. Investments with industry partners in advanced technologies like Dragonfire are crucial in a highly contested world, helping us maintain the battle-winning edge and keep the nation safe. Yeah, sure. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it, right? That's all we wanted to bring out anyway, right? But like I said, they're preparing for more than just conventional warfare, you know, with nations and stuff, man. Because they have their America have their space program, right? So there's obviously things that they're aware about. There's the whole talk of the UFOs of late all these last few years, you know, coming out into the open. So they're preparing for more than just conventional warfare, right? And they believe they need to have these types of weapons to have a chance at defeating the angels and the chariots, right, and the Lord, and that's just ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous, right? Let's grab Isaiah 14:13. So, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, right? And that's all Esau, the so-called white man, has done, right? He's out here trying to replace the Most High as the one to be worshipped. Like he's the great one. He's the one with all the ability, the power, the technology, right? The science, the knowledge, right? He wants to be the one to be looked towards as the source of knowledge, right? As the source of all things, right? That's why he plans to bring in this NWO, and he wants to be, the center of that, to be looked upon, to be the one to go to be worshipped. All right. So I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High, right? Esau wants to be the God of this world, begin with the elites of Esau, right? They want to be the gods of this world, right? And verse 15 says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms? Right? Because obviously Esau's ability to wage war and destruction upon the earth is impressive among men, right? And people are concerned of his ability to do that, right? Man's got the nukes and all these types of things. Everyone's scared, eventually, there's going to be a nuclear war, which there will be. But everyone's, concerned with all this, these weapons of mass destruction that we have, or that Esau has, everyone's concerned about it because he has got the ability to devastate the earth. Well, he already is this devastating the earth, but in a war type situation, he can destroy nations, right? So people are concerned about that, but everyone's going to see that although he has all this great power in the earth, he's going to be made to look like he has no power. Okay, when the Lord turns up, so all this technology that you got isn't going to mean nothing when the Lord turns up with the angels, because they're going to be ineffective. Completely ineffective. This is Ezekiel 28 and verse 2. So, son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, okay? And this is like spiritually speaking about Esau, right? In this modern time, right? So thus saith the Lord power, behold, thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, right? This is your mentality, right? You think you're the big dog, So that I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas amongst all the nations. above the nations, right? He sits on them. It says, yet thou art a man. Okay, you're still only a man. Most High is giving you the ability to, to conjure up these inventions, these technologies that you run around with, acting like you got it of yourself. All this arrogance and pride that you exhibit, right? The Most High gave you all these things, right? And you're still just a man. You're not immortal. You're not all powerful. You're not all knowing. You still don't really know shit, right? What he knows is a drop in the bucket. Okay, but he acts like he on the verge of knowing everything. You ain't on you ain't on the verge of shit. You're on the verge of destruction. That's what you're on the verge of. It says yet thou art a man and not God. You're not the Most High. Okay, and that's what's going to be demonstrated or shown to the whole earth when the Lord turns up with the angels. Okay, you're gonna be made to look small and ashamed, right, and weak. Okay, so yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. Right? You like to think that you are. Okay, you think you have the weapons to combat angels and the Most High and all this kind of stuff, but you really don't. Okay, it's all arrogancy. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 7, and there was a war in heaven, right? And this is coming. This is not something that's already occurred. This is what's going to happen. When Yahushua turns up with the angels, with the heavenly host, right? There's going to be a war in heaven, in the sky, in the earth's within the earth's atmosphere. There's going to be a war in it, right? And Michael's going to be with the Lord, right? And then the rest of the angels, right? So there's going to be a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, okay, which is Esau, Edom, right? And the dragon fought and his angels, his military, his armies, right? His fighter jets and, laser beams and all this kind of stuff, right? They're all going to fight. Okay, because they're not going to want the Lord to come and take away their place in the earth. They ain't going to want to come down from their heaven, from their pedestal that they put themselves on. Okay, he's not going to want to give up rulership. So he's going to fight. Even though it's the Lord that they're fighting. But they're going to, try and convince people, oh, we're being invaded and aliens and all this stupidness, right? Like they do in the movies, right? You're not really ready for what's coming. Right, this isn't gonna be an Independence Day where you can upload a fucking virus to one of the crafts and disable them or whatever, blow them up. Right, that's not gonna happen. All right, these are powers. These are gods. Right, Most High, sent his angels. Okay, that are powerful creatures, man. Right, that created the things that we see. Okay. And you think you're gonna beat them with a little light show and some grenades, some little bombs? Like the angels are impenetrable, right? You're not gonna do no harm to them. They don't bleed, right? They don't get tired. Okay, they don't feel pain. Okay, there's absolutely nothing that you're gonna do to the Lord's army, man. So it's all gonna be futile. Okay, laser, no lasers, man. But anyway, it says, and prevailed not. They're not going to prevail. Esau and his gimmicks are not going to prevail against the angels and the Lord. Right? So then prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. They weren't in rulership anymore. They were taken out and brought down, right, to the sides of the pit, down to the earth. Okay, down low. Okay? And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, the Satan, and Satan, said the great dragon. What they call the thing, dragon fire, or fire dragon, or whatever, man. It's just indications that spiritually showing you who this man is in prophecy. Okay, and he's about to get taken out. All right. So which deceiveth the whole world. He's had the whole world under his spell, man. In deceit, in darkness. Okay, fooling everybody. Like he was the one to follow, that he was the righteous one. He was the wise one. He's nothing but a fool. He's nothing but the wicked. He ain't nothing but a fool. Right? And the whole world is followed after him, and the whole world is going to be judged along with him. Having everybody drink his bullshit doctrines, his philosophies, his ways of life. Okay, people are following after the beast, and the image of the beast and all that kind of stuff. So they were gonna go down with him, man. All right. So yeah, it says he which deceived the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, he was cast down, and his angels were cast out with him, right? Because like I said, you're gonna be destroyed and put into slavery, okay, put in servitude, okay. Where is it? It's Revelation chapter 19 and verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war, right? And this is speaking about the Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, when he returns, he's coming in the chariots, he's coming with power and great glory. Okay, the white represents the purity, and the horse represents the power. Okay, he's coming in power and great glory, right? And he's coming to make war. So he's going to come with his angels, he's going to come with his army. Okay, and this is where the war in heaven is going to going to happen, right? So his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, right? Because he's going to take these nations out. He's going to take their power and authority away from them, right? And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Okay, it's the angels. Okay, these armies. Okay, coming in the chariots. Yahweh Shai is coming in a massive ass chariot, right? But all the angels gonna have their own chariots, man. All these UAPs, what do you call that? Unidentified aerial phenomena that's been happening. UFO sightings and all this kind of stuff, man. Not saying that all I'm not saying that all angels or all the chariots, man, but they're out there, man, doing their thing. They've been seen and being spoken about more and more in the open. Because Esau's preparing, the minds of the people for something to happen. Okay, but obviously, Esau's gonna use that deception that he does and have you, thinking along the lines of some sort of fucking alien invasion or some shit. Causing the people to, to rebel against the Lord, essentially. That's what it is. You're getting the world to rebel. Because you're gonna be pitting yourself up against the Lord, man, and His will. The Most High's will. You're gonna be pitting yourself up against that, which you can't overcome. Okay, all this defying destiny and defying fate, the shit that Esau likes to push in these movies. You ain't defying shit. You everything is gonna happen according to this book, according to this book, according to the Most High's word. Right. So, like it said, read earlier, you should not prevail. You ain't gonna prevail, man. Okay, it don't matter what you think you got up your sleeve, man. All right. No matter how hard you wish it or think it, you think really hard. Think happy thoughts and all this kind of shit. You're not gonna manifest your will against the Heavenly Fathers, man. Okay. Verse 15, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. Right? Because that's what the Lord's going to do. With the power he's got, he's going to smite the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power. And he have on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. All right? So that's how things going to go down, man. These instruments of war that you got, man, they ain't going to do shit. All right? I'm going to close out with this, 2 Ezra chapter 13 and 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Okay, this is again the Lord and his armies, the angels, right? And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, right? Because the day of the Lord is going to be a scary time, man, for these, especially for these guys, facing against the Lord. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feedeth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, from the four winds of heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Okay, that came out from the sky. Right? Shemayim. Okay? The heavens. Okay? The sea that above the, what does it say? The firmament. Above the firmament and under the firmament. Right? And these men, they're the armies of the earth. Okay, the dragon and he's angels. You know, he's militaries, right? Verse 6, but I beheld, and lo, he gave himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Okay, how shall, like I said, is going to come in a massive ass chariot. Okay, so big that it can't be fully seen, you know, the region of it, as it goes on to speak. And verse 7, but I would have seen the region or place whereat the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Okay, so you're going to fight, regardless of how you're feeling, because the Most High wants you to, you know, muster up the courage to stand before the Lord to be judged, right? So you can be destroyed. All right. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. Right? You're gonna see what you're gonna see real laser, real energy weapon, laser beam, you know. You're gonna see proper version, you know. You got a little pew pew thing, right? But the Lord's coming with great glory and great power, right? And you're gonna find out the levels, man. All right. So, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust, and a smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Right, so like I said, Yahweh going to come with that power, man. You go blaze all the world's armies up. Okay, those that are left from the World War III, they're gonna get blazed up, man. Turn to ash, turn to dust. Right, so none of these weapons that Esau's, you know, creating is gonna do anything against the Lord and the angels, man. Okay, it's all futile. Okay, there's not gonna be one casualty, not even no one injured. Right, through Esau's weapons that he got. Okay, ain't gonna be no angel that's injured, nothing. Okay, you're gonna get totally annihilated, man. Flawless victory. All right, so all these things that Esau is doing is it's a waste of time, man. Okay, it's a waste of time. But you know they're celebrating and getting happy. Yay, you know, successful test. Well, it don't matter. It don't matter. You know, it's all gonna fail, man, in that time. All right, so I'm gonna end it there. Lord, it's been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.